Now, there is another approach to motorcycle safety, one that calls for a quite different kind of bike, one that means abandoning this traditional horse riding position. Paul Blezard has joined the team to look into the world of feet first.
Modern motorcycles are better in most ways than their predecessors. They have more power, better brakes and much better tyres and suspension. But big bikes are expensive to run. They can use as much petrol as a medium-sized car because they're not very aerodynamic. On a sports machine like this very fast Yamaha FZR1000, crouching down gives reasonable wind cheating, but it's nowhere near as comfortable as riding the new Honda Gold Wing, the ultimate in touring comfort. But there is another kind of motorcycle which avoids the traditional choices. It's aerodynamic and comfortable at the same time, and maybe safer too. It's called a feet-first bike, or FF for short, but only the name's new. The idea of a machine which combines the comfort of a car with the exhilaration and agility of a motorbike has been around for a long time. The traditional head-first riding position came from the need to pedal on the earliest motorised bicycles, like this 1905 Indian. Once pedals were no longer necessary, some people realised that it was possible to have a really comfortable seat and a lower centre of gravity, like on this superb water-cooled 1000cc 1912 Wilkinson. Then in the 1920s, the very popular Nera car combined a very low centre of gravity with an advanced steering system which separated the suspension from the steering and gave it a legendary stability. Then in 1926, Sir Elliot Verdon Roe built this monocar, which had not only a very advanced chassis with single-sided wheels at both ends, very low centre of gravity and a very low seat, but also this bodywork to protect the rider from the worst of wind and weather. And he regularly used to ride it from Southampton to Manchester and back with just normal outdoor clothing. In the early 50s, NSU showed that a recumbent feet-first position was the secret to going really fast, shattering world speed records with their flying hammocks. Racers got the message about streamlining, but they kept the traditional head-first riding position. This unique Norton Neela, now in the Sammy Miller Museum, represents the most extreme head-first design. But some of these so-called dustbin fairings were highly susceptible to side wind, and in 1957 full streamlining was banned from racing, as it still is today. There was no real change in chassis design until 20 years later, when the extraordinary Quasar appeared. What was it designed to achieve?
A better performance from less power by decreasing the actual aerodynamic drag of the conventional bike by making a smoother and a smaller shape to pass through the air. On top of this, we really wanted to be able to travel through more of our winter season, you know, August, September and so forth. And for this, we needed better protection for the rider.
The windscreen and roof kept the wind and rain out, and the rather heavy but robust construction has proved very protective in accidents. The Quasar looks futuristic, but it uses a bicycle-inspired steering head in which the suspension is still turning with the front wheel. But there have been FS built with a steering system more like the Nera cars, in which the steering is separated from the suspension. Like this FF that Pete Lawrence is building, which uses Jack DeFazio's centre hub steering system. You can see when the wheel turns, suspension stays still and it only moves up and down in a vertical plane. This is the latest feet-first bike, although you can see its similarity to the Avro monocar of 60 years ago. It's got the advanced DeFazio steering, and it also has handlebars which steer more like a car steering wheel. Under here it's got a Reliant 850 engine, and I'm sitting in a Volvo car seat. The Voyager was designed and built by Royce Creasy, the man who coined the term feet first. He claims the concept improves comfort, handling and safety. Comfort because of the better riding position and wind protection, handling because of the low centre of gravity and sophisticated steering. But why safety?
Well, first of all, it's more agile, so it's easier to avoid accidents. But secondly, you stay with the vehicle in an accident and are protected by it.
And when might we be able to buy a machine like that?
I hope within a year.
And what sort of price are we talking about?
Well, we're working on less than £6,000.
British industry can't offer an FF for sale at the moment, but British ingenuity has resulted in enthusiasts all over the country building their own. They may look a bit homemade, but in my experience they can offer a more practical and economical form of transport than most new machines currently available.